You know, I was looking over Anita Sarkeesian's YouTube page and Twitter because I had a thought. This woman is so against the sexualization of women in video games. I thought that she might be against a new wave of Twitch streamers. You know, the Twitch starts that we've been talking about, this whole simping culture. I thought she would be heavily opposed to this. Now granted, these girls on Twitch that use their bodies to get viewers aren't actually video game characters, and that's usually what Anita Sarkeesian goes after. She'll go after sexualized video game characters. But they do represent the video game industry to an extent, and since Anita is so strongly against women being portrayed in a sexual way, you'd think she'd be strongly opposed to people like Vandervee or Alinti. So like I said, I went looking and looking to see if I could find anything, and I actually couldn't, not even a mention. Now maybe I'm wrong, the internet is a big place, or maybe someone can correct me, maybe someone can send me a link to something where Anita Sarkeesian has spoken on Twitch streamers. The only thing I did manage to find was an article from The Independent where her name was mentioned because she was on the receiving end of some verbal abuse, which isn't surprising. For those of you that don't know, The Independent is a popular British news article. The reason I'm citing this article is because of the picture it paints. Now yes, there are plenty of predatory, simpy men on the internet, there's absolutely no doubt about that, but to make out like some of these Twitch girls don't bring this behavior on themselves is actually beyond me. Now nobody should be on the receiving end of abuse, but also if you welcome that sort of environment into your Twitch chat, you should be ready for what comes next. The article didn't bother to speak on both sides of the argument, it only spoke on one, and it painted a really bad picture of male gamers. We're all here on YouTube every day, and a lot of us watch or stream over on Twitch. We know exactly what is going on. There are a large number of women that go onto Twitch and use their looks to get ahead. It's just true, and it's okay. Like, I don't have a problem with it. If you want to use your body to get ahead, if you want to put your feet on cam to get ahead, if you think that you need to use your aesthetics to get ahead, go right ahead. I think you should have that right. I don't think it should be taken away from you, and I definitely don't think you should be abused for it. My problem really is when you have people like Anita Sarkeesian advocating for the desexualization of women in video games and pretend like some of the darker sides of the industry are not a direct cause of the behavior, when the very women that play these games sexualize themselves for money and fame. Just go look up Jessica Negri or Amorant. Amorant? Am I saying that name right? Amorant. Jessica Negri would take a character like Charizard, for example, and she'll sexualize it. The idea of sexualizing a Pokemon still creeps me out, but that's fine. If that's what she wants to do, she's allowed to do it, and I don't have any hate towards Jessica Negri as well. I wish her well. She seems like a nice person. Amoranth uses her body to garner support because it's definitely not her personality or skills as a gamer, and again, she's entitled to do what she wants. She's allowed to do that. I could sit here and name a whole host of women that accidentally expose themselves on cam or just sit there in just about enough to not get banned from Twitch, but I'd literally be here all day. These girls clearly don't have an issue with the sexualization of females in video games. I mean, like, how could they? How could they possibly have an issue with it? If they ever did raise issues, it would drown Anita's argument even further into the ground because of how ridiculous it would look. Most other girls that I speak to don't seem to have an issue with it either, so who exactly is Anita appealing to? Obviously, not to say there aren't legitimate gripes people have out there, like people do have legitimate issues. There are people that actually feel that way. In my opinion, if the majority of female gamers or female Twitch streamers don't have this opinion, then why is this article painting a very broad picture? What's the purpose? Who are they appealing to? The most successful female Twitch streamers are the ones that sexualize themselves. When you're appealing to that kind of market, you're going to get the worst of the worst come out the shadows to watch your streams and drool over you. That's a byproduct of your actions. I'm not saying it's right for anyone to have abuse held at them, because it's not, but also, like I said, don't pretend like you don't know your audience. So if these Twitch girls largely play into this dark side of the gaming culture that this article references, why doesn't Anita go after them? Aren't they arguably worse than the video game characters she always highlights in her misinformed videos? These are actual people that some younger girls may see as role models. Surely that is more in line with the message you're trying to spread, Anita. Am I confused here? Of course it's not. If Anita went after these girls, this whole charade would blow up in her face so quickly. Some of you are sitting there and you're probably wondering why I'm speaking about this. As this channel continues to grow, I've started to receive messages from people asking me why I think so little of Anita and how I'm so opposed to her saying that she wants women to be less sexualized. I think I've explained it well enough before, but some people don't listen or just don't want to listen. If Anita really gave a shit about female portrayal, then why isn't she attacking these cosplayers that sexualize characters or these streamers that use their bodies to get viewers? I mean, these are the most watched people on Twitch and some of the most followed people on Instagram, and the reason is because, and I want to say it for the very last time, although it probably won't be the last time, Anita does not care about women in the video game industry. Anita doesn't care about diversity or opportunities for women. Anita doesn't care about sexism. Anita only cares about Anita, about line lining Anita's pockets, about making herself as relevant and as well off as possible, about getting as much attention on Twitter as possible. Ladies, she don't give a damn about you. She never has and she never will. She doesn't even pay her own workers properly. She doesn't even play the video games that she speaks about. She doesn't know left from right. So in case you haven't seen my previous videos or the thousands of videos online about this woman, I hope you better understand now that Anita Sarkeesian is bad for the video game industry and she isn't trying to help anyone but herself. And now I know this video is short, it's very brief, it's mostly directed at people that sent me messages. I don't want to expose their names because I don't want anyone to be on the receiving end of abuse, and I know what the internet is like. But if you still don't get it, please go and watch my other videos. Please go and watch the thousands of videos that are on the internet. And if you don't believe the videos, go and read up articles about her. There is actual proof that she was never a part of the video game industry initially. This is what put food on her plate, and I understand the hustle, but she's also a liar. She's allowed to go out there and say whatever she wants. She has that right. I'm not for censoring freedom of speech. Anita Sarkeesian can say whatever she wants, but she has to be called on her bullshit. She is harmful for the video game industry. She is not good for women. She paints a bad picture. She only cares about lining her pockets, and she paints men in a really bad light. And like I said, there are bad guys out there. There are guys out there that are sexist. Of course there are. A lot of my closest friends are females. My best friend is a woman. I live with her. I've seen the abuse that she's had to deal with. It does exist out there. Nobody's saying it doesn't exist. But she doesn't put her attention in the right place. She doesn't put her energy in the right place. Her energy is put in places where she knows she can monetize it and she knows she can make a living from it. She's not out here doing God's work. She's not a humanitarian. She's not for peace. She's not for equality or opportunity. She is for making herself richer. And I guarantee you, when The Last of Us Part 2 drops and people don't like it because the story is forced and it's shoved down our throats, she's going to get a lot more attention, which is exactly what she wants. And at this point, I'm not going to be naive, like I'm not going to give it attention. I'm 100% going to address it, but she's only here for attention. She doesn't care about furthering any of you. That's all I wanted to say to you guys today. Hopefully the people that sent me the messages have seen this video. As a matter of fact, I'll probably link it to them. There was too many to reply to, but you don't have to send me direct messages. You can leave comments in the comment section below. My comment section is open to anyone, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I'm not going to censor anyone's comments. I'm not going to delete comments. You don't have to worry about abusive comments or anything like that affecting me mentally. It's not going to bother me. Now, some of the people that sent me messages, they were very like I mean, some of them I had to laugh at. So you guys don't have to worry about that. You can put them in my comment section below. Let's discuss. But guys, that's all I wanted to say to you today. I hope you're all safe. I'll talk to you all again very soon. Take care and peace.